What's going on YouTube? It's official Andrew Rincon, and I just got back from like about an hour and 15 minutes ago. I got back from a Wings and More here in Houston, Texas. I went there with another YouTuber, Mr. Jacob T97, or as I know him, Jacob Telez, and we watched WrestleMania. They were showing WrestleMania live on pay-per-view there, and it was pretty fun too. I mean, this actually, this isn't really as bad as everybody thought it would be. It was actually better than expected. And that's always a good thing, of course. And so yeah, we got there, and there was like a long line to get in, but we were like, we'll go ahead and go with the wait. They were just showing the pre-show, although I didn't know who won the pre-show. But anyway, so we were headed in there and everything, and then and so we're headed in there, and we only missed one match. Well, like we saw it from outside, but we weren't in there to see it. There was only one match that we weren't inside to see it, and it was the opening contest, which was Randy Orton, Big Show, and Sheamus versus The Shield. Of course, I predicted The Shield on that one, and it was a pretty good match. I would have figured they put it lower on the card, but it was a good way to open the show actually. And so it ended with Orton gave Seth Rollins the midair RKO, but when he got up, Roman Reigns speared him, or as I like to call it, the gore. And that was the end of it. There was the pinfall and then the victory. And Big Show turned heel after he punched Sheamus and then Randy Orton. So yeah, that was I don't see why they turned him heel again. I mean, you just make him face for one match. Come on. But it is what it is, I guess. But it was a pretty good way to open the show, though. And so I figured either Orton or Cena's gonna turn heel, and when Orton didn't turn heel, we're like, okay, Show turned heel. That's the last person we thought would turn heel. But you know, and I was like, all right, well, my hopes are still high for Cena to turn heel tonight. And so, um, then the next match was what was oh it was Mark Henry versus Ryback. I had Ryback on that one, but Mark Henry was the winner. And after the match, Ryback was able to shell shock Mark Henry. He was able to pick him up. Damn. And so after that, there was Dolph Ziggler and Biggie Langston versus Team Hell No for the tag team championships. And I thought this was the official end of Team Hell No. I really did. And it started off with AJ giving Ziggler a good luck kiss, kind of like, a little from last year's WrestleMania. And so when Ziggler turned around, I forgot what Daniel Bryan did, but it ended up going into a near pinfall situation, and but Ziggler kicked out, and then it was a pretty good match too. I mean, and you see when Hell No won, I picked Ziggler and Langston, but when Hell No won, I figured maybe this is how they set up um, Ziggler to cash in against Del Rio and Swagger. So after this match, we had Jericho and Fandango. Um, I had picked Fandango in that one, but then I was like, I don't know, because I like Jericho. What if he does win? And I was like, all right, all right. So I was like, okay, so shit, what was I gonna say? So I was like, all right, if Jericho wins, all right, that's good. So what? It's one prediction out the window, but whatever. But instead of Fandango won, so Jericho put Fandango over tonight at WrestleMania. He's not too over. He's not over like Daniel Bryan was the night after WrestleMania 28, but he was able to put him over. And so after that we had Del Rio and Swagger, which was it was a pretty good match. I will say that it was really good, and I'm glad that they didn't put it as the opener. They finally put it lower on the card, the World Heavyweight Title match. And I figured Ziggler was gonna come out, but Ziggler didn't cash in. Okay, so now I don't know when Ziggler's gonna cash in. I just don't know. Anyway, I picked Del Rio for that one. I said if Ziggler doesn't cash in, then Del Rio walks out with the title. So at that point, I was like 3 for 2. Yeah, I was 3 for 2. And then next was Punk versus Undertaker. Great match, just absolutely great match. And so there's so many near pinfall situations, and with with so many reverse finishers and stuff. You know, Taker gave Punk a tombstone, and I thought that was it. But then Punk kicked out, and then Taker was gonna give Punk the last ride, but he reached over and Paul Heyman handed Punk the urn as he reached over. Kind of like that was like a little something from WrestleMania 17 when Taker was gonna give Triple H the last ride, but Triple H had sledgehammer and hit him in the head. It was basically the same thing, only it was an urn that Punk hit him with, and I thought that was it. But then he went to go pin him, and Taker kicked out. Taker kicked out, and so, I was like, damn, this match is awesome. And it ended with a tombstone. And Taker wins 21-0, ladies and gentlemen. I picked Taker in that one. So at that point, I can't even remember what I was. I think that makes me. Does that make me 5 for 2? No. That doesn't make me 5 for 2. That makes me. Shit. I'm sorry. It's just. I'm so caught up in everything. You know? Okay. So. Heel. Right back. Mm. That makes me 4-2. It made me 4-2 at that point. And then we had Triple H and Brock Lesnar going at it, and this turned out to be better than I expected as well. Um, of course, Triple H used the Kimura on Lesnar a few times, but Lesnar was able to counter out of it. And then at one point, Heyman was gonna hit Triple H with the chair, but Shawn Michaels got in there and sweet chin musiced him, gave him the super kick, and then it ended with Triple H giving Lesnar the pedigree on the steel steps, and then Triple H wins. And some can say that Triple H is very Brock Lesnar, which is pretty funny. By the way, when they were introducing Diddy, they were showing like on the video screen they were showing like a bunch of highlights from like pictures of like historic moments from past WrestleManias. I swear I saw Benoit on there. I swear I saw Benoit holding the world title. I don't know if I'm the only one who noticed that, but me and Jacob, we noticed that. It was crazy. Anyway, so uh, that didn't happen after Triple H and Lesnar. It happened earlier on in the night, but I just wanted to point that out. And so of course I picked Triple H. That made me 5 for 2. Um, and then we had the main event, Rock versus Cena 2. And originally I thought this wasn't gonna be that good, but it's actually better than expected, and I think it's a little better than last year's Rock versus Cena. I mean, Casino wins, I mean, not just Casino wins, but it actually was the way it ended, and for Cena to win the title, I wanted him to win the title because then he's a weekly competitor. He's not out every week promoting a movie, and I was hoping he turned heel the same way Stone Cold did at WrestleMania X7, like John Laurinaitis would come out and help Cena win, but that didn't happen. I don't know if he's ever gonna turn heel. If he does, I'm saying WrestleMania 30 is my last hope for him to turn heel. If not, then yeah, he probably won't do it. But it was a pretty good match. And afterwards, they shook hands, they hugged, and it was actually pretty good. It was a good WrestleMania. It was better than expected, and that's that, And I want to say thank you to Jacob Telez. Tonight was fun, and we should definitely hang out whenever there's a pay-per-view with a decent card. And all the other guys, follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Those are in the description. This is official Angel Rincon. Good night.